We are gathered here to fill you with fear and give you a treat for your ears as we invade your mind with our scary rhymes and some tales that can be gory. As you bear witness and sit here and listen to our poetic horror stories.
I met the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my life. I want to marry her and make her my wife. How happy we could be together. We could have even a sweet little family. But there's only one thing. She is dead. I laid her to rest today in her grave. I am a grave digger, and I work here at the cemetery. And I'm in love with a corpse. Her name is Mary. She is my true love, the one. This beautiful lady I buried, she has stolen my heart. She is breathtaking, like a great work of art. She looks so peaceful laying there in her casket, like she was asleep. She reminded me of Sleeping Beauty, waiting for her prince to arrive as she slumbered deep. I wish I could hold her hand in mine. I wish she was still alive. Since I buried her here, she is all I can think of. I want desperately to show her my feelings and hold her in my arms. She was taken away from the world so young. She still had so much to live for. I overheard from her family that she was harmed by her ex-boyfriend. He was the one who brought her life to an end. And for this, he will pay. For her, I will get revenge.
This is just a friendly reminder to please like and comment to let us know how we are doing so far. We would love to hear from you all. And if you're new, please subscribe and become a part of the PHS crew. And we thank you.
Her ex was a really bad guy. He was very physically and mentally abusive to her when she was alive. She could never please him no matter how hard she tried. He made her life a living hell. While they were together, he never treated her well. The more I learned about how he treated her, it made my blood boil. How could he ever treat her that way? When I'm done with him, they won't be able to recognize his face. He killed her because she caught him cheating with another woman. She told him she was done with him and was going to leave. He broke her neck in a blind fit of rage. He was a lonesome, despicable individual. He was just plain evil. He killed my beautiful Mary. And for this, he will be buried. I have already dug his grave, deep in the woods, far away. A place where no one can hear him if he screams. As I cover him up alive, 6 feet deep. He should have learned to keep his hands to himself, as he begged and pleaded for me to stop, asking, why was I doing this? As he yells out for help. At first, I don't say anything, as I shovel the dirt over his face. But just before I cover him completely, I told him, I'm doing this for my sweet Mary. He goes silent for a moment at the mention of her name. Then he just starts to sob and cries. I thought to myself, how pitiful he was because he is to blame. Once I'm done, I turn and I walk away, as his muffled cries start to fade away. He hurt Mary for years. He didn't care. So I don't care about his suffering, pain, and his tears. I'm doing this out of justice for my sweet Mary. Later that night, I returned to Mary's grave to confess my love and what I did for her. As I pulled out a ring and kneeled down on one knee, I asked Mary if she would marry me. Suddenly, I could feel a gentle wind start to blow. And in the wind, I swear I could hear a woman's voice. The voice softly whispers, "Yes." I was filled with so much joy. I could feel my heart speed up and beating hard in my chest. I think the stress and excitement got the best of me, and my adrenaline plus my happiness combined made me shake and sweat profusely. I started to feel an excruciating pain shoot up my arm, and I had shortness of breath and dizziness. But throughout this chaos, I heard a woman's voice to not be afraid and stay calm. Suddenly, I saw a bright light, but the light didn't hurt my eyes, though it was shining bright. I felt euphoric as I saw a woman walk toward me. She is absolutely beautiful, and I call out her name, Mary. She smiled sweetly at me as she took my hand in hers and kissed me on my cheek. She told me she was happy. She thanked me for my sincerity, and she accepted my proposal to marry me. We will be together forever. To my sweet Mary, all my love I surrender.
In the latest breaking news, a grave was desecrated and dug up late last night, and her casket was found open, which was a surprise. But the most shocking of all was the gravedigger was in the casket too. The gravedigger died from a heart attack while he was digging up the grave, but the strangest thing was he died with a big smile on his face. The grave belongs to a young lady by the name of Mary that just passed away. The gravedigger and Mary were found holding hands, and Mary had a wedding ring on her ring finger. It looks like Mary was married to the gravedigger. It looks like Mary was a true corpse bride. This is a really weird love story, and it happened just before Valentine's. And in related news, Mary's ex-boyfriend, who was accused of killing her, has now gone missing too, without a trace. The police right now don't have any clues. This is an amazing, bizarre turn of events. Let's move on. How is the weather out there, Brent?